Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and welcome to the Japa retreat. It's absolutely honor and pleasure to have His Grace Madana-gopāla Prabhu with us. We will start with a quick intro about Prabhuji. We are very honored to have Madana-gopāla Prabhu. He's a very dedicated devotee servant of Srila Prabhupada for many years. His Krishna conscious journey actually began in 1991 at the age of 14. So when he joined ISKCON in Nairobi in 1999, he received his initiation from His Holiness Satswarup Das Goswami Maharaj and has since served in numerous leadership, educational, and outreach roles. So he is currently serving as ISKCON GBC zonal supervisor for 5 US temples and co-director of ISKCON Communications for North America and assistant of a minister for fund development. Professionally, he is an IT director at a leading US firm. He lives in New Jersey with his good wife, Her Grace Manasi Ganga Devidasi, who is also a dynamic preacher and a leader. Having raised their 22-year-old son in Krishna conscious environment, they are living example of a successful integrating Krishna conscious and living in the world. Madana-gopāla Prabhu is especially known for guiding modern devotees, families on how to practically apply scriptural wisdom amidst today's busy and very complex lifestyle. Through his deep devotion, relatable insight, and inspiring presentation, he continues to uplift hearts and transforms lives wherever he speaks. So can I ask everybody to unmute yourself and 3 big loud Haribols to welcome His Grace Madana-gopāla Prabhu. Hari Bol!
Hari Bol, Hari
Hari
Bol,
Bol! His Grace Madana-gopāla Prabhu Ji ki Jai!
Hari Bol.
So Madana-gopāla Prabhu, over to you now.
Thank you very much for your very kind and generous introduction, and thank you, dear devotees, for welcoming me into your fold. It's really nice to be here at the London College of Vedic Studies. I looked at your website and I saw how many amazing offerings are available at London College of Vedic Studies. I was fortunate enough to visit the Soho Temple for the first time yesterday, just to see, what's going on in London in ISKCON, and it's such a pleasure to see such vibrant outreach, such deep practice, such soulful connectivity with the divine teaching of Srila Prabhupada. So it's my first time in the UK, so everything is very special today and the last couple of days, just seeing what's going on and seeing the progressive nature of Krishna consciousness being practiced by so many devotees. So I have been requested to lead this Japa workshop, Japa retreat. We call it a quantum leap in your Japa, or a Japa jumpstart. There's different ways that we call this course, but we do all of those. We jumpstart it, we transform, and so on. So, I want to welcome all of you once again. Let me know if you're not able to hear me clearly. So just feel free to interrupt me if anything like that is happening. Yeah. So today we're not going to talk about only how to chant. We are going to explore whom we are calling when we chant. And let me ask you a simple question. We can maybe keep it interactive, but just perhaps this question, you can just think about this. And how many rounds have you chanted today? Now ask yourself another question. How many prayers have you offered today? Because if our chanting is mechanical, just sound, lips, and numbers. We're missing the essence. Srila Prabhupada said once that chanting means praying. It is not a ritual. It is a call to Krishna, a cry to be accepted in his service. So today, we're going to make an attempt to reconnect with that cry. So imagine you're standing at the edge of a vast cliff, looking down at the ocean of your spiritual life. Behind you is the familiar territory of your current chanting habits. Sometimes attentive, sometimes distracted, sometimes mechanical, sometimes loving, all over the place. Ahead of you lies an entirely different reality. A life where every bead, every mantra, every breath pulls you deeper and deeper into Krishna's personal presence. And you feel it, you experience it. And you have experienced this, at least in glimpses, if you've been chanting for some time. But today what we're going to do is we're going to take a quantum leap in our chanting. So, just want to see here. Yeah. So what is a quantum leap? In science, a quantum leap means a sudden, massive transformation. It's like an electron jumping an energy level instantly from one energy state to a much higher energy state. That's what we want. It's not a small, gradual improvement. We're not tinkering around the edges here. We want a complete shift in our dimension. That's what this session is about. It's about breaking free from poor japa. We want to break free from this autopilot chanting. We've seen the autopilot, they just, in the airplane, once it's cruising, they just put an autopilot, it just keeps moving, and then the pilot is no longer looking, doesn't care, doesn't have to, not bothered, just goes inside, has a sandwich or something. That's not the kind of japa we want. We just go murmuring, but our mind is all over the place. We want something better. We want to get relief from the restless mind, the wandering heart. And we are entering a new elevated space. This is a different floor of the building completely. An elevated space where our chanting becomes alive, focused, deeply connected, full of feeling. Srila Prabhupada said, chant and be happy. We have the book, Chant and Be Happy. A lot of the times, we want to first be happy and then we'll chant. We have to do it in that order. Chant and be happy. And many of us, we have to honestly admit, and this doesn't apply to everybody, but those of us, who want to improve your chanting, that we're chanting and we're still waiting for the happiness. It's not coming. Or we get a little bit, but it's not the kind that we were hoping for. That ends today. If we give ourselves fully, if we bring our whole body, mind, and heart into this practice, Krishna will reciprocate. And he'll reciprocate immediately, like you don't have to wait. By the time we're done with this session, we will not just know about the power of the holy name, we will taste it. So I ask you, for the next couple hours, suspend your doubts. Put down this mug of worries that you have. Put it away. Open up yourself to the possibility of transformation. Yeah, complete change. We have the time. It's a nice time. It's Saturday morning here, nice and bright. And it's a good time to make a commitment. Today is about stepping into a new reality of chanting, a reality where the Hare Krishna Mahamantra becomes your greatest treasure and deepest joy. Consistently, not just sporadically. Right. So, this is called the Japa Quantum Leap Program. I have an outline here. We divided this into 4 sessions or 4 parts. The first session, introduction to the 4 gates. Second session is called Sit Properly. The third one is called Engaging the Mind and Intellect. And the fourth one is the Heart Connection. So the framework we're going to use is what's called the 4 gates. The 4 gates of good japa. Now there is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna talks about japa. He literally uses the word japa. And Bhagavad Gita is a condensed version of all the Vedic teachings in one book. So only the most important points of philosophy of the Vedic tradition are included in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna talks about the importance of sacrifice, that to connect with divinity, we have to sacrifice. We have to engage in sacrifice, yajna. And in this verse, he says, of all the yajnas, I am this particular kind of yajna. What is that? Japa. It's amazing. So I'll read this verse. It's 10:25. The best among yajnas. It says, Maharshinam Briguraham Giram Asmekamaksharam Yajnanam Japayagyosmi Sthavaranam Himalaya. Of the great sages, I am Bhrigu. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. And of sacrifices of yajnas, I am the chanting of the holy names, Japa. He says Japa, Yagyosmi. And of the immovable things, I am the Himalayas. So just as Himalayas is so solid and immovable, and he is that, similarly, he is also Japa. So Krishna is saying, I'm the best of everything, the greatest of everything. So the greatest of yajnas is Japa. And guess what? In this age of Kali, this is the yajna to do, Sankirtan yajna. Sankirtan means complete chanting. Sankirtan has a couple of meanings. One is that we get together with a bunch of people and go and chant loudly. You sing. That's Sankirtan. That's one definition. Another definition is Samyak Kirtan. Complete, deep, and thorough chanting of the holy names. So even japa can be considered one aspect of that. In the purport to this verse, Srila Prabhupada says, of all sacrifices, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the purest representation of Krishna. It is the simplest and the purest. It's a very beautiful arrangement of names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this global organization that Srila Prabhupada started back in 1966 is ISKCON movement, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It's almost 60 years now. Next year we're celebrating 60 years. He started this movement by simply going to a public place called Tompkins Square Park in New York City and just singing the holy names of Krishna with a little bongo drum. And gradually, one by one, the souls around him, they're drawn to this magical sound. What is this singing? Those fortunate souls became his followers and assisted him in spreading the movement all over the world. And he taught the philosophy, he taught the lifestyle, and he was the perfect example of how to practice it. That is called acharya. That by observing the acharya, we can understand how we can behave, how we can be better, how we should do things, and what things we should avoid, and so on. So he taught that chanting is done in public like this, singing. It's called Sankirtan. But Japa, which is a private chanting on the beats, where we're doing deep meditative chanting, it's not silent. You're still chanting the names, but you can hear the names in your ears, not in your just in your mind. And you're counting how many times you're chanting the names. It's called Japa. A lot of significance to this. It's been done since time immemorial. It's not a new process. From the very beginning of creation, Japa is going on. It's repeated chanting of Krishna's names. And Srila Prabhupada said, 90% of our spiritual progress depends upon this one instruction of daily chanting our japa while trying to avoid offenses. So we have the 10 offenses. We want to avoid them. We recite those offenses in the morning so that we know what to avoid. And we chant as deeply as we can. And Prabhupada said, this is important, 90%. You know, if you have taken a course in university, and it says that, okay, 5% of the course is going to be your class participation. 5% is going to be all the quizzes and your homework that you submit. And 90% is going to be on your final exam. Your final exam score is going to be 90% of your grade for the course. So you'll really pay attention to the final exam, prepare for it. So Prabhupada was saying 90% of our spiritual life depends on our japa, that we chant daily and avoid offenses. Part of avoiding offenses is to chant with attention. Right? It's also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. We recite that. So this is important. Now, sometimes when we go out on book distribution, right, you go on the streets, or maybe just sharing with some friend and someone asks, you're chanting Hare Krishna. How does chanting make you feel? You've been chanting for some time, right? And you're telling me I should start chanting. So how does this make you feel? So you say, oh, this is awesome. He's asking a question. This is an opportunity to glorify the holy name. And what are some of the things that we would say that are advantages of chanting? Okay, let's make this interactive. Please unmute yourself. And someone asks you, right? What are some of the advantages of chanting? What would you say? Please unmute yourself. Don't worry about it. This is an interactive class.
Peacefulness.
Hare Krishna, if I can start.
Yes, please say yes. Go ahead.
So it improves your concentration and memory.
Okay, improve your concentration memory. I think Venu Mataji said something, but didn't quite catch it.
Someone also put it in the chat. I said a feeling of peacefulness.
Peacefulness, peace. Yes, Trupti Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranam. We feel direct connection with Krishna.
You feel connection with Krishna, right?
Direct connection, because it's a one-to-one with him and us.
Yes, Krishna. You feel connection with Krishna. What else? Like if someone asks you, why should I chant? What is the thing that you feel? What is a good thing about chanting?
It's a form of meditation, especially with mental health being in crisis.
Right. How does it make you feel?
Peaceful.
Peaceful. Yes.
Happy.
I would say it makes us feel more calm, and also the vibration from the mantra also clears away all the impurities within us.
Yes, thank you, Stephanie Mataji. So you feel calm, and it helps you feel the impurities being cleared away. Yes. Yeah. So this is what we would tell them. These are all good things. So I wrote some, and they're very much in line with what you all said. You feel connection with Krishna, there's bliss, there's God connection, you feel happiness. joy, fulfillment, peace, upliftment, connection, mercy. This is what we would tell them. Now, suppose a friend asks you, or suppose I ask you, and we'll keep this interactive again. How do you feel when you chant poorly? What are some of the things? Like you had a really bad chanting session. You chanted. Yes, Sonali, please go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I can talk from my experience. If I'm chanting just for the heck of getting done with it, I feel burdensome.
Burdensome, right. Sharna Devi says disconnected. Yeah, this is very real. Anyone else? Stephanie?
All the positive things you just mentioned, I don't feel any of them.
You don't feel any of the good things that we just talked about, right? Tripti Mataji?
Disappointed and angry with ourselves by not being attentive.
Disappointed.
Missing the opportunity and feeling disappointed.
Yeah, feeling disappointed, angry.
With
Guilty.
ourselves.
Yes.
You feel
Yeah.
guilty.
Guilty, yes. Right. So imagine you're on the street and someone asks you, hey, how do you feel when you chant? You're chanting. You're telling me I should chant. And we tell them, I feel disconnected. I feel defeated. I feel guilty. I feel non-spiritual. I feel I wasted time, distracted, hollow, tired, depressed, exhausted. But you should chant. How does that sound? You know, this is how I feel when I chant. So you should also join me in chanting. You see, it's not a good advertisement for chanting, right? This is the problem when we have poor japa habits. That on one hand, we're trying to promote chanting to other people. We're trying to tell them how happy it'll make them feel, how connected, how spiritual, and so on, how purified, how uplifted. But in reality, if our chanting is not that great, then we're feeling all these negative things. And like I think Stephanie said, the opposite of pretty much all the other things, that the positive things. So our japa has to be good. So when we're telling somebody to start doing it, our preaching to them will also have conviction, because they'll see it on your face, because you're excited about it. You're excited to share something that is actually making you feel uplifted and happy. But if it's not doing it for you, and then you go out even preaching, even that preaching will be mechanical. Even that preaching will feel like a drag. And what in the past would be such a joy to see somebody take up Krishna consciousness because you shared it with them, that joy wouldn't have that spark that it used to, because our own spiritual practice is lacking. We're not able to connect, and we're feeling all these negative things. The process of chanting Hare Krishna is very simple. You just have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It is a simple process. There's nothing complicated about it. But remember, Krishna says in the Gita, Ye yatha mam prapadyante, tam sathaiva bhajamyaham. To the degree that the souls surrender unto me, to that degree I reward. I reward accordingly. So if we are approaching Krishna with this chanting process, as part of our surrender, as part of our practice, as part of our connectivity, Krishna will respond and reciprocate, but only to the degree that we prove to him that we're interested, we're dedicated. So the question is, how dedicated am I to chant? So we're going to focus on this pretty much the rest of the course today. How dedicated am I to chant? You know, if you have attended any kirtan, at the end of the kirtan, you know, we bow down our heads, and then someone will say into the microphone, Jai Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajaka Charya. So like that, it's called Prema Dhvani. Prema Dhvani means the calling out of love. Part of this Prema Dhvani you'll hear is Haridas Thakur, Nama Acharya Shal Haridas Thakur ki jai. Nam Acharya. The Acharya of the chanting of the holy name is who? Haridas Thakur. Ki Jai. So Srila Haridas Thakur, he says, even if one successfully, I'm just going to quote this here. Even if one successfully overcomes all the other offenses in chanting, and one is chanting continuously, love of God may not come. Remember, the fruit that we want is love of God. And you're chanting without offenses. And you're chanting continuously. I mean, all the other offenses. Still, you won't get love of God. Why? And then he explains, one should know that the reason for this is that one is committing the offense known as pramada or inattention. Now, inattention is not one of the 10 offenses, but it is the root of all offenses. When you don't pay attention to Krishna, then you may make one or many of the other offenses. If you don't pay attention to Krishna and you don't get his blessing because of that attention, then we may have a tendency to offend devotees. We may have tendency to be attached and maintain our material attachments. We'll have a tendency to disobey the order of spiritual master. We'll have a tendency to do all the other things, all of the offenses, because we're not paying attention to Krishna's holy name when we chant. So it's difficult to avoid all 10 offenses individually, but easier to focus on the root of the other offenses, inattention. So if we are attentive, that in itself takes care of almost all the issues in our chanting process. But it has to be full attention, rapt attention. Now, how do you give full attention? What is it that we give attention to very easily? We give attention to what we love or to whom we love. You know, if we're loving somebody and that person comes and sits with us, we give them full attention. If a mother has a child and the child has been away for a few days and the child comes back, the mother gives so much attention to the child. How you been? How was your camping trip? What did you eat? You look hungry. Can I get you something? Let me see, you scrape your knee. I mean, you give full attention because the mother loves the child. So similarly, we want to give loving attention to Krishna's holy name when we chant. We want to love Krishna. We want to give attention because we're loving Krishna. But what if we don't yet have love of Krishna? Right? We say the goal of chanting is Krishna Prema, isn't it? At the end it says, any devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against his offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. So the desired success is love of Krishna. That's the success that we desire. But what if we don't have love of Krishna? How can I start getting it? So we can do things that show that we are genuinely interested in developing this love. Someone asks you, why are you practicing Krishna consciousness? Well, my goal is to develop love for Krishna. And then the natural question they may ask, well, what is it that you're doing that shows that you're interested in loving Krishna? He said, well, I chant. But are you chanting prayerfully? Are you chanting with attention? Are you really interested? Or just that you think it's cool to be interested, so everybody else seems to be doing it, and it's a good, noble goal to have, so I should be interested, but I'm not really that interested. If you're not that interested, then Krishna will also be not that interested in pulling us out of our selfishness. So we have to be interested. And not just be interested, we have to prove to Krishna we're interested by the way we chant. by the way we approach him. So there are different ways to prove to Krishna. See? That's how we can develop love. It starts with interest. And after interest, it starts with attention. And then you get affection. Affection comes after attention. See? All right, so we're going to dive into this model of the 4 gates. Okay. This is one of the most famous temples in South India, Sri Rangam Temple. It's the largest temple complex that's operating. It's the largest operating Hindu temple complex in the world. It's the temple of Lord Vishnu. Ranganath. It's a beautiful deity. The deity is lying down. It's Vishnu deity is lying on the snake, Anantashesh. Now these tall structures, this is the classic South Indian architecture called Tanjore style of architecture. These tall structures that you see, the tallest ones on the outside, those are not temples. Those are gates called gopurams. You can see there's a wall there, and then after you cross one gate, there's another gate, and there's another wall, and then you see there's another wall, and you find the gate for that. So you have to keep walking around and around to find the next gate and so on. And then when you reach the final gate, then you can enter the temple and see the Lord in his full glory. But to get to him, you have to go through all these 4 gates. So for us to connect in Japa with Krishna, we also have 4 gates of successful chanting. Okay. Gate number 1, these are fundamentals. These are the external aspects of chanting, but they're very important. Just because they're external doesn't mean they're not important. They're extremely important. Okay. So the first one, which is probably the most important one of this first gate, is sit properly, posture. If you hear Prabhupada's Japa tape, there's a recording of Srila Prabhupada chanting Japa in the temple. He's chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Sit properly. He will say, sit properly. In the middle of his japa, because he probably noticed somebody who's sitting with his legs sticking out, or he's all hunched over, about to just fall asleep and just hit his head on the floor. Posture is very important. So Prabhupada says, sit properly. So if we sit up straight, we can try that right now. We sit up straight. All of a sudden, our mood will change. Also, sitting properly is a way to show respect to a person who's come to sit and meet you. And when we chant Hare Krishna, we know Krishna is personally present and he has come to meet us. We've invited him. By chanting, we're inviting Krishna. And when we invite somebody to your house, you better be on your good behavior. You better have good posture. You can't be like putting your feet, your bare feet on the coffee table and just like be all like slouchy and not paying attention to your guests when you've just invited guests. It doesn't look good. So you need to have good posture, body language. So this is an important aspect of japa practice as well. Sit up straight, the shoulders slightly backward, the chest slightly out. You're still comfortable. The spine still maintains its curve, but you're sitting up straight. And your neck is in a straight line as well, aligned with the spine. You're looking forward. And then you chant Hare Krishna. It's a big difference than when you're chanting slouched over. You should try it. In fact, we're going to try that quite a bit. Today's exercise is going to be practical also, okay? We're not just going to listen to me giving a lecture. We're going to actually do it. And if you have beads, hopefully you have beads, keep them handy. We're going to do some chanting on the beads together. It's going to be lecture and lab put in one, okay? So sit properly is important aspect. Another very important aspect is rising early, waking up early. Why is this important? One, because that time of morning, before the sun has risen, most of the world is quiet and peaceful. So your mind is also naturally aligned with the vibes of the world. So your mind is also calm and peaceful. And that's a good time to absorb Krishna's beautiful holy names. It's also considered the most sattvic or mode of goodness time frame of the day, Brahma Muhurta. And so you get full benefit of that sattvic time. Now, the practical reason is if you've had good rest and you wake up early, you'll be refreshed. You take a shower, you detoxify your skin, you take a shower. So you have to bathe in the morning, because when you sleep, what happens is a lot of the toxins that are generated during the process of regenerating the cells, those are pushed out of the body onto your skin through the pores. So that's why when we take a shower, we feel so energetic and refreshed, because all the toxins are also washed off. It's amazing. That's why we feel like that, you know. So we wake up early and we take a shower. So we take advantage of the body's natural cycle of healing and rejuvenation, aligning the mind with the earth's natural cycle of healing and rejuvenation. And the more we align with nature and the movements of the sun and so on, the more healthy you'll be, the more focused you'll be, the more productive you'll be, and you'll also be a better devotee, because you're giving the best part of your day, the best vibe of your energy to the chanting process. You see, you're telling Krishna, Krishna, I'm giving you the best of the best that I have when I chant your names. So rising early is a big part of giving the best of what we have. Yes, you can chant other times of the day, no problem, and you should. We should chant 24 hours a day, no problem. In fact, we should. But the main japa that we do, if we do it in the morning, that is the best offering that we can give to Krishna and to ourselves. Okay, so sitting properly, rising early. And then this one is also very important, pronunciation, clarity of chanting the names. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra has 32 syllables, 16 names, 32 syllables. We should pronounce all the syllables. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Try not to skip any syllables. This is also an important part, because you don't skip names. The mantra is intact as is. So if you're clear in pronouncing it, then you'll be able to connect with Krishna better. Otherwise, you don't even know who you're calling. Someone makes joke about how some devotees chant, here, kitty, 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 here, kitty, 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 like you're calling a cat. Or hey, mama, 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 hey, hey. So if we don't pronounce it properly, who are you even calling? Nish, 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 nam, nam, nish, 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 nam, nam. So there's many variants of mispronunciation that we hear. Another variant is sometimes we just skip a whole name or two names altogether from a mantra. So you don't even say all 16 names, we just swallow a couple of them. And that becomes part of the habit. That's why it's important for someone to observe you when you chant. You can do that as an exercise. Someone can observe you as you chant your normal chant, maybe even record yourself. Record yourself and then analyze, am I skipping any words? Am I pronouncing it clearly? Or am I slurring and blurring? Are some syllables being dropped every now and then? Analyze it. If you're serious, you analyze your own chanting. And if you are not able to do that, have somebody else analyze it. In other words, have them sit with you. Just someone can give you positive feedback. This is important, pronunciation and clarity. These are not unimportant things. This is key. Okay? Then the other external fundamental thing that's important is the environment. Where am I sitting? Where am I chanting? Am I chanting in my japa in a busy subway train or underground train? It's so packed, you can barely move. Everybody's like, it's so noisy, you can't hear anything. It's not the best place to chant. Of course, you can chant. There's no rules that you cannot chant. Just like there's no rule that you cannot study for an exam in a rock concert. You can go to a rock concert with so much noise. People are like, all over the place. They're dancing and throwing stuff around. And here you're with your book trying to study. people won't notice you, but maybe someone will notice you, like, what are you doing here? I'm studying for an exam. So the rock concert is not the best place to study for an exam. So similarly, a place that's not very quiet is not the best place to chant. A place that's dirty and nasty is not the best place to chant. Find a clean place, preferably like in your home temple room and so on. So try to do that. The question from Sharna: sometimes chant Ram rather than Rama. Is that something I should change? So this is something that I've heard quite a few spiritual masters tell me, that you should chant all the 32 syllables. Now, one may see, okay, in Srila Prabhupada's Japa, sometimes it sounds like he's just saying Ram Ram. But it's very subtle. If you slow it down, he's saying Rama. The Ma is very soft and silent, not silent, but it's soft, but he says Ma. So he actually says Rama, but he says it really fast, so you don't quite catch it. So it's best to be safe and just say Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It doesn't save you that much time by doing Rama Ram. So you just say Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama. A quick one. But make sure you say the Ma as a syllable, a distinct syllable. The Ram becomes one syllable, and you've skipped one syllable. So it's no longer the 32 syllable mantra. The mantra has the definition. This is a 32 syllable mantra. It's like a 12 syllable different mantra, like that. So different mantras have number of syllables. The number of syllables is one of the defining characteristics of the mantra. So if ours is a 32 syllable mantra, and we're swallowing some of the syllables because we're saying Ram rather than Rama, then we're not chanting completely. So if possible, try to break that habit. If possible, try to chant like that. All right? So that's how you do it. Any other question? Okay, so Shana says, I will, thank you. Perfect. Yeah, if you can do it, it's a good habit to get into. And this is something that I used to do, by the way. When I was much younger, I was just chanting Ram Ram. And then a very senior devotee told me, try to chant it fully. And it really helps. It doesn't take any more time. The amount of time is exactly the same. Okay. So definitely chant it clearly, chant it purely, and chant it completely. All right. Okay. So now we will do an exercise. I request all of you. Remember, this is college course or university course, right? College of Vedic Studies. So we have the theory and we have the lab. So now we're going to go to the lab. The lab is our own bodies. And we're going to sit up straight. Okay, we're going to sit up straight, but still comfortable. Don't lean on anything. When you're doing japa, even if you're sitting straight, don't lean against the wall. Don't lean on a chair. Try to keep your body straight without that. This way, what happens, your energy flows up and down much better, up and down the spinal cord, and your chakras are aligned and so on. When your energy flows nicely, you can focus better. And then when you focus better, you can actually say it more prayerfully. Okay, so everybody please sit up straight. And we're going to chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra now, all together. We'll chant it 5 times. Okay, we're going to chant it. The focus and the goal of this exercise is to maintain a straight posture and to chant each syllable clearly. So we're going to go for posture and clarity right now. Okay, so these 5 mantras that we're going to do, those are the 2 things we're going to focus on. Improve this substantially. Okay, we're not going to do it the old way if our posture is bad or if our pronunciation is slurred. Okay, so let's try it now 5 times. Okay, everyone ready? Yes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. You may feel a little better than maybe normal chanting because you made the attempt to be clear and you made the attempt to sit up properly, sit up straight. maybe use the raise hand feature if you felt good about doing this? Like, is it slightly better than the normal ways that we do? Yes, some devotees raising their hands. Thank you. Yes. You can do a thumbs up. Yes, perfect. So this is just the beginning. You can put your hands down now. This is just the beginning. The first gate. What is the first gate? Let's do a quick recap. The fundamentals. Posture, sit properly. Rise early. Pronounce it clearly. And then the environment that you're sitting is safe, sacred space. Okay. Now we go to the second gate, which is the mind and the intellect. Okay. The mind is described as the best friend and the worst enemy. Krishna says this. This is something that Krishna focuses on a lot in the Bhagavad Gita. Best friend and worst enemy. But you can control the mind. Sometimes people think a mind is impossible to control. Even Arjuna could not control the mind. Arjuna told Krishna, controlling the mind is more difficult than controlling the wind. He says, Chanchalahi manah Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayureva sanskaram. Now, Arjuna was not an ordinary man. He was one of the most mentally focused Kshatriyas in the world. He had so much focus. He was the only person who could shoot that metal spinning fish by looking at it, the reflection down and balancing on the scales and the arrow, and he went right through the eye of that metal fish. Nobody else could do it. People could barely even balance on the scales. They keep falling in the water. And he had to see the reflection in the water. That same Arjuna was saying, Krishna, I cannot control the mind. What can I do? What should I do? And Krishna says, no. I agree, it's difficult. He didn't say, Arjuna, you're wrong. Mind control is so easy. You're just being, complaining for nothing. No. He was saying, you're absolutely right, Arjuna. It's very difficult to control the mind. But it is possible. It is possible with practice and detachment, where you detach yourself from selfish things as much as possible. And you keep practicing. You keep bringing it back to the focus, the point of your focus. It's not impossible. The Krishna says it's the best friend. Okay, so we've done this exercise a few times before. Everyone loves it. So we're going to do this with this group as well. We're going to do a guided meditation to prove to ourselves that we can control the mind. It's just a quick proof to ourselves, okay? So I want you to sit up straight and close your eyes. Take a breath. Now picture yourself in your home, in your kitchen, and you see the refrigerator. You open the fridge door and light comes on the fridge. You look for the juice, and there is the carton of orange juice. You take it out, close the door of the fridge. You find a glass and pour half a glass of orange juice. Still with me? Then close the cap of the orange juice and put it back in the fridge. Okay, I'm going to stop here now. And I'm going to ask, is there anybody here who did not see in their mind the orange juice, like you couldn't picture it? Did everybody see it? Yeah? Raise your hand if you saw it in your mind. Yes, Sharna saw it. Sonali, Stephanie, Venumadhuri, yes. You know what this proves? I think everybody saw it. Yes. Dion, yes. You know what this proves? This proves you can control your mind if you put your mind to it. It wasn't even that difficult of an exercise. How hard was it? Not hard at all. We just guided our mind to go where we wanted to go. And the mind was very happy to oblige. So we just prove to ourselves we can control it. So if we can control it for that, when we want something that we like, then we can also control it to remain focused once you understand something. The more you understand that Krishna is his holy name, abhinnatva namino, nama namino. There's no difference. Abhinna means non-difference. Bhinna means difference. Abhinna means non-difference between nama and namino, the name and the named. So Krishna and his name, there's no difference. Yeah. There's a verse, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. That this jewel of the name of Krishna, Nama Chintamani, the magical, wish-fulfilling gem, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, it is living, it is alive, it is conscious, it is cognizant, and it's Rasa Vigraha, it is the embodiment of all flavors of exchange and love. That's the name. And it's Abhinatva Nama Namina. There's no difference between the name and you, Krishna. There's no difference. All this we know, but we know it in the background of the mind. We know it. If you have to write an exam, we'll get 100% on it. But when it comes time to chant japa, we put it away, we fold it in and put it in the folders. That's not good. We need to unfold that understanding and bring it to the forefront of our consciousness when we're chanting Hare Krishna. It is not just a theory that you file away for later when you want to explain it to somebody. No, when you're chanting, we have to use that theory by bringing it into our consciousness. Remind ourselves that Krishna is here. That's the function of the mind in japa. That before you start chanting, remind yourself, hey, this is serious business. Krishna is here. Don't forget. So reminding yourself is a part of our intellect and mind, our intelligence. Do it. Before you chant, do it. Create the mood of understanding. And in that room of your mind, once that mood has been created and the incense has been lit, and it's meaning the fragrance, then you start chanting. Don't chant when the room of your mind is a big mess and all kinds of stinky socks and everything is there. All kinds of thoughts are there. No. Clear it out. Light the incense of understanding that the holy name is here. It's Krishna. Make the mind a temple now, at least for the duration of our japa. You know how we can convert any space into a temple? Many of our ISKCON centers, they operate like that. They rent a space, they clean it out, they just rent it once a week, and they put up an altar, they put an incense, put a light on. Before you know it, it wasn't a temple 10 minutes ago, now it's a temple. We do our program, at the end of the program, we wrap it up, we put it back, and go back home, and it's back to the rental hall again. So the mind can be like that. When it's time for japa, turn it into a temple. Bring the deities, clean it nicely, offer the flowers, do the arti, just make it a temple. This is the function of the mind. You can do it very easily. It doesn't cost you anything. Clean it out and reflect that when I'm chanting, Krishna is here. Reflect on that. Then with the mind and intellect, also dedicate this consciously to Krishna. Bring it to the forefront of your consciousness. My Lord, this chanting session, this is for you. Not just this session. This mantra, this one round, and this one mantra is for you individually. As I'm giving it, I'm thinking, Krishna, this is an offering to you. Not just this mantra, every name in the mantra, every syllable in every name. My Lord, this is for you, not for me. I don't even care if it makes me feel good or bad. I know it makes you feel good when I chant, and I know you like it when I chant with affection. This is for you because you like it. It's a personal offering, okay? So now we're going to go to the lab again. We're going to chant 5 times, but this time, again, we're going to sit up straight. Please sit up straight. That sitting up straight is the first part. We're not going to do anything without that. Sit up straight, sit properly. Okay, pronounce clearly. Chest slightly out, back spine slightly curved, just the way it naturally sits. Okay, we pronounce each name properly, but now we realize that Krishna is his holy name. Fully understanding, bring it to the forefront of your consciousness, that mood, that climate in your mind, and remind ourselves, my Lord, or ourselves, that this is a prayer to the Lord. That, my Lord, this chanting is for you. So these next 5 mantras we're going to chant, my Lord, they are for your pleasure. Okay? So we're now going to do 5 mantras. Please do it together. If you like, you can turn on your cameras. This way we can see each other. So okay, you don't have to if you're not comfortable, but if you can, it's nice, right? Let's do this. 5 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I enjoy this feeling of bliss, of peace that comes when we chant, even just 5 times. It feels so purifying in the heart. You feel refreshed. Feel like things are getting cleansed in there. The power of holy name and the power of putting an effort to aligning the body and the mind for the goal of connecting with Krishna through these holy names. Okay. Now, we talked about the first 2 gates. Now, gate number 3 is called Japa with feeling. How to chant, but this time not just an intellectual or mental effort. It's not just an external, mechanical, physical effort. Although those are also important aspects of it, it's not just that. Now you're going to come closer to your soul. You're going to come closer to the heart of it all. In your heart itself, there are feelings, emotions. Emotions can completely rule us, and they do. When a person is under the control of anger and ruled by that emotion, that person can do a lot of damage. When a person has a lot of affectionate feelings, that person can do a lot of good and give so much love and care to others because they have affection for them. The emotion, these feelings, they don't rely on logic. They don't rely on being reasonable. That's why sometimes it's not possible to reason with someone who's just overwhelmed by anger. See? They don't rely on rationality. Someone is under the influence of greed, envy, anything like that, then intelligence is gone. But if someone has very positive emotions and feelings, then even though they may not have all the technical skills, but with that right motivation, right drive, they can acquire those skills and really do something good for the world. And how we employ the emotional energy in any relationship is going to determine where that relationship is going to end up. We all have different relationships. We're sons, we're daughters, we're brothers, we're sisters, we're husbands, we're wives, grandparents, or grandchildren. These are all different relationships. And how those relationships fare, how they do, will depend on how we can direct our emotions in connection with those relationships. So similarly, if we want a relationship to thrive with Krishna, with his holy name, who is the incarnation that's available to us immediately, the living incarnation available to us immediately is the holy name of Krishna. And our relationship to the holy name will be determined by the emotions that we invest, the feelings that we call out. See? So japa has to be done with feeling. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says the name is heart deep, not lip deep. You understand what that means? It's not something external. It's something that's from the heart with feeling. See? Vrindavan Das Thakur says bhakti means crying while remembering Krishna's name. Crying. How can you cry if you're just doing mechanical chanting? If you're doing hollow ritualistic japa, you're not going to cry. No tears are going to come out. Crying means you have a feeling of you're missing the Lord, or even your feeling of, my Lord, what have I done? I wasted so much time. I could have chanted so much more in my life. Or you can cry with feelings of gratitude. So many feelings are there. And in Adi Purana, Krishna says personally, I am purchased by one who sings my name and cries before me. Crying, see? He says crying. If you look at photographs of Srila Prabhupada, many photographs, even when he's looking straight in the camera, you can see his eyes are decorated with tears. These are divine tears of love, pure love for Krishna. Many devotees have reported seeing when Prabhupada was overwhelmed by seeing the deity, the tears would come out, not just rolling down his face. They would squirt out like water gun. Amazing. Many devotees have witnessed that. So, of course, that's a symptom of love. That loving feeling, loving intensity. But because of our conditioned state, the way we are right now in our chanting process, in our spiritual evolution, we may not have love. Because love, you can't just jump to love. Okay, I'm loving Krishna, I love Krishna. No, it doesn't happen like this. Just by saying I love Krishna doesn't mean I love Krishna. Doesn't mean I have the intensity of love of a pure devotee. Not enough. That feeling is not intense. So how can I chant with love? How can I jump to love? You cannot. You cannot jump straight to love. When you're chanting in your heart and you want to do japa with feeling, you say, okay, I'm going to chant with a lot of love. It's not going to happen. Why? Because love of Godhead is very, very rare, very difficult to attain. Then where do I start? We have to start somewhere. So you can imagine this, you see these stones, right? You want to get to that last stone furthest away. That's your goal. That's love. That's love of God. But we're not there. We can't jump there because we're not strong enough to get there one shot. But we can start with the first rock and go to the next one, use them as stepping stones and eventually get to love. So how do I get there? We find an emotion and a feeling that is adjacent to love. It's love adjacent. That we can access very easily. So one of them is gratitude. We can be grateful to Krishna. There's so many things to be grateful to Krishna for. Then another one is appreciation. We can appreciate Krishna. We can appreciate his beauty. Appreciate so many things about Krishna, his brilliance. Appreciation and gratitude kind of go together. And the third one, which is almost counterintuitive, is a strong emotion of remorse, regret. So these stepping stones can help us come closer to the love part of it. So now I just want to open it up to everyone. Discuss this further, okay? Let's discuss this. What are some ways or some things that you are grateful for specifically that you really, like you have realized, I'm really grateful for this to Krishna? If you want to share, please feel free to open up and share. You can either type it in the chat box or you can unmute and say it. It'll be nice for us to hear each other's areas of gratitude, what you're thankful for. Anyone? Please feel free.
I'm grateful for my health.
For health, yes, thank you.
Especially when I see other people who are close to me who are suffering and sick. It makes me especially grateful.
Yes, thank you. And this is something that we could really latch onto. Krishna, you gave me good health. Thank you so much. I mean, first of all, or even if you just recover from some ill health, you'd be grateful for that. But even just grateful that you have a functioning body and functioning mouth and you have ears you can hear with. You know, not everybody has those. Thank you. Yes, Stephanie, go ahead.
To be an association of such deep and inspiring devotees.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. Krishna, thank you. You gave me this circle of devotees that I can actually associate with. You gave me this incredible, even this Zoom circle. And Sharna is saying the same thing. Sharna is saying on the chat, I'm grateful for the community, association with spiritual people. This is important. If we want to chant to Krishna with feeling, gratitude is something we can latch onto right away, and we can intensify that enough to the point where we're actually crying tears of gratitude. Yes, Trupti Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think I feel very grateful that I was born in the family of devotees, a family of Vaishnavas, who's helping me to this journey of Krishna consciousness. So it's so important to have the family who understands your journey and understands your sadhana. So that gives you a lot of motivation, and I'm grateful for Krishna for that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Trupti Mataji. That's true. I mean, first of all, just being grateful for being a human, that in itself is such a big thing, because we could have been born something else. On top of that, you're born in a family of devotees. Wow, that's like a lottery on top of another lottery, isn't it? So thank you, Krishna. I mean, what are the odds for this lovely family I'm born in? Krishna himself will love that so much when you're grateful. You know, one of the many qualities of Krishna listed in Nectar of Devotion is grateful. Krishna is described as grateful. You know, Kritagya, the word is Kritagya. Kritagya means that you are cognizant. Gya means cognizant, to know.
Do you want me to put this on?
And Krita means something that someone did for you. So you're cognizant of something that someone did for you. So thank you for doing this for me. So we can thank Krishna. Krishna, thank you for doing this for me. So Nali says, grateful for a lovely family. Yes, that's something. And we can be grateful to the point where we're telling Krishna, thank you, and you're crying. That is so powerful. You know, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says we should soak our couch. We should soak the sofa that we're sitting on with our tears of gratitude. And the tears when we're chanting Hare Krishna. Yes. Jay is asking if there's standard prayers from scriptures to express gratitude and appreciation. Yes, there are. In the prayer book, Vaishnava prayer book, there's quite a few songs by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. You can look them up on Google as well. There's a series of prayers called Sharanagati by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, where you'll find a lot of appreciation and gratitude prayers. So it's definitely, we sing those all the time. You know. Yes, Stephanie, go ahead.
One more I just had to add is I'm really grateful that we're able to use technology in such a wonderful, useful way of, I'm in New Jersey right now, and I'm able to, be here with all of you. And even every morning I'm able to take darshan from my house in a temple. So it's just, you can't get any better here than that.
Yeah, no, thank you. I was thinking the same exact thing, that of course we have this circle of devotees, but if it wasn't for Zoom technology, we will not be able to access this circle right now. There's so many things to be grateful for, all right? Thank you for sharing. We can be grateful for the opportunity to chant. We can be grateful that in spite of our flaws, that Krishna is still keeping me in the circle. We can be grateful that Krishna, I woke up today and I'm able to chant. We're grateful for Prabhupada, all the things he did, and the fact that Prabhupada himself is there with us. Is so much. As Prabhupada is a floodgate of gratitude, you know. Venu Madhuri Mataji just shared the link in KK Songs, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajans. You can find them there. Thank you, Venu Madhuri Mataji. So this is the whole point. And that's just gratitude. Appreciation is another dimension. Appreciation means like you appreciate the brilliance of Krishna's design. We appreciate Krishna's mercy. Of course, appreciation will be immediately followed by gratitude. It's almost the same thing. See. And this one, remorse. A lot of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajans and Narottam Das Thakur's bhajans also, they have remorse in them. Remorse is a very powerful feeling. Hari Hari Bifale Janama Gavai. My dear Lord, I wasted my whole life. Wasted my whole life without chanting, without worshipping Radha Krishna. I got this human form of life. I didn't worship Radha Krishna. That's as bad as knowingly, willingly drinking poison. Janiya Shunya Bishkaya. Remorse. That remorse is in the bhajan. Another remorseful line is when in the Shikshashtakam it says, Durdevam idrishamiha jani nanuraga. I'm so unfortunate that even though the holy name has all these powerful features, I'm so unfortunate that I have no feeling for the holy name. And who's expressing this remorse? Krishna himself. He's teaching us how to be remorseful when we chant. It's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. I have no love for Krishna. That's remorse. And then if you want to reach Krishna, Radha Krishna, then we can't jump to love, but we can reach love by grabbing the more immediate available loving feeling and gratitude, appreciation, and remorse. Okay? So now we're going to go back to the lab. Okay, sit up straight. This is a sit up straight lab. And pronounce clearly. We're going to do 5 mantras one more time, but this time we're going to employ all the 3 gates. Okay, the first gate is clarity and posture. The second one is mentally understanding, intellectually understanding that Krishna is the holy name, and my Lord, this offering is for you. It's not for me. And you're here, and I recognize that. I acknowledge that, and I appreciate that. And speaking of appreciation, I'm going to now open my heart's feelings and let the tears flow. And I'm going to really excitedly thank the Lord. I'm going to be excited about absorbing my emotions and feelings to Krishna. Okay? Because we're giving Krishna everything we've got. We're going to chant 5 mantras together. Please, please put in all the effort in aligning all the 3 gates. Line up that gratitude in your heart. Let it soften it. Allow your feelings to flow to Krishna. Choose what you're going to be grateful for first. Meditate on it. Think of it very intensely right now. You find it, lock it in. Now we're going to chant. Don't miss this opportunity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Take a moment to feel the pleasing, cooling, cleansing effect of the holy name in the heart. Hare Krishna. Okay. Do a quick recap of the 4 gates. First one is fundamentals. Second is the mind and intellect. Okay. Third one is the heart. The feelings. And the fourth one is, we haven't come to the 4th gate yet. The 4th gate is the gate of mercy. This is the gate that we have no control over. That's why I put it in italics. Different. Mercy is what Krishna gives us. I'm going to read actually something from this book I was reading earlier, and I found it very relevant. This is actually the purport to Srimad Bhagavatam, 176, Canto 1, Chapter 7, verse number 6. Please listen carefully. It says, this process of devotional service is a great transcendental science and begins with the process of hearing and chanting the name, fame, glory of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Revival of the dormant affection or love of Godhead. Listen carefully. You want love of Godhead to be revived, right? So the revival of love of Godhead, however, does not depend on the mechanical system of hearing and chanting, but it solely and wholly depends on the causeless mercy of the Lord. When the Lord is fully satisfied with the sincere efforts of the devotee, he may endow him with his loving transcendental service. This is 176 in the purport. So you see how Prabhupada is very emphatically saying it wholly and solely depends on the causeless mercy of the Lord. So our success in Japa, of course, we have to do the Japa, but the success of it, whether it fructifies, depends completely on the mercy of the Lord. Then the question may arise, how can we get the mercy of the Lord? What qualifies us to get the mercy of the Lord? Lord is known as, we always call him, my Lord, you are the ocean of mercy. So there's no shortage of mercy there. But how can we get it? We get it when we knock on his door, the door of mercy. It's the gate, the fourth gate. We reach there, we knock on it. What makes us eligible to knock on that door? It's the fact that we have gone through the first three doors, the first three gates. If we've gone through the first three, we can knock on the fourth. If we haven't gone through the first three, we have no right to ask for mercy. Why? Well, what have I given? But if we give our attention, if we give our body posture even as part of our attention, we give everything we have, we give our mind, our understanding, our intelligence to Krishna, and it's part of the process of chanting, and we give our heartfelt feelings to Krishna. All that force and energy, every ounce of our energy and our feeling and our emotions are now invested, aligned in chanting Krishna's name. Then and only then can we knock on that door. And when we knock on the door, Krishna does answer, because Krishna loves to reciprocate. He runs to the door when he hears his devotee has come. When Sudama came to Dwarka, Krishna ran. He was skipping 3 steps at a time and ran down the steps to greet his friend. Do we not want Krishna to do that for us? Well, then at least make the journey like Sudama did through so many deserts and things like that. We have to make the journey, but we just have to make the journey to these 3 gates. They're right here where we're sitting. And then we knock on the door of his palace. And he's waiting for us to give us mercy. What is that mercy? The divine darshan, the divine feeling of his presence in our lives, in our hearts, in our consciousness. It's all about consciousness. It's the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Krishna is the center of our consciousness. That's the gift that we want. But to get there, we have to align all the 3 gates and knock on the door. So now, going with a begging bowl to Krishna, okay, we're begging. Now we've reached his gate of his mercy because we've given everything. Okay. Now you can even make your hands like this, like you're begging, and we're going to chant 5 mantras the same way. Sit up straight, but this time we're going to be really beg Krishna. Okay, this is how we should be begging every time when we chant. Yes, like this, like a bowl, because he's going to pour some water, some nectar in there. All right. Yes. Chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. We beg and beg Krishna. So, Krishna says, surrender unto me. This is a process of surrender. And the 6 divisions of surrender are Anukulya Sankalpa, Pratikulya Varjanam, Rakshaya Siti Vishwasa, Gupta Varnam Datha, Atmanikshepya Karpanye, Sarvida Sharanagati. The 6 aspects of surrender. But the one that we're going to focus on is acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service. That's how we prove to Krishna that we want to surrender. So we accept everything that's favorable, including this framework of aligning ourselves. And we know it's favorable. We know Krishna will be pleased. Okay? So to summarize, the Lord reciprocates as we surrender, the Sharanagati. The 4 gates to successful chanting, the fundamentals, the mind, the heart, the mercy. And that the Lord is supremely merciful. So let's make a promise to ourselves today that from today we'll resolve to make a quantum leap in our japa practice. We're going to do way better than we've ever done. That's our resolve. That's our commitment today. Okay. Now that's part 1, end of part 1. Part 2 now we call sit properly. Remember we talked about fundamentals. We're going to focus on sit properly part. Okay. Our mood affects our posture. We know that. This man is very depressed. His hands are like this, he's bent over. Once upon a time, there's a man just like this. And he went to the psychiatrist and he said, I'm so depressed all the time. I'm just so sad. What should I do? And the doctor, he didn't say anything. Doctor took the same pose. He put his head down, he put his arms down, and he slouched over. And then after about a minute of being silent, the doctor looked up and told him, it works. And the guy's wondering, what do you mean it works? The doctor says, I'm also feeling very depressed now. See, the point he's making is that if I walk around like this all day, I will be depressed. So our mood affects our posture, but our posture also affects our mood. So we can force a mood in certain ways, in certain cases. If you sit properly, you will see your mood changes. It's a fact. Certain things affect our mood, external things, like sitting properly, sitting up straight, putting your chin up. It reminds us physically that now we're going to do something serious. And so the mind also gets on alert. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, I think I should be serious. So if our posture is serious, our mind will be serious, our intelligence will be serious. It's important. Okay? You can see Srila Prabhupada, he said, sit properly. Remember that? Japa posture was clearly very important to Srila Prabhupada. Back straight, shoulders open, not too stiff, not too relaxed, neck and spine aligned. Don't lean on anything, okay? Don't lean on a wall or a chair. Just keep your head straight, back straight. Now remember, there's no rule that you have to sit like this. There's no hard and fast rules. That's one of the things, right? But one of the aspects of Sharanagati, surrender, is to take up things that are favorable. And sitting up straight is favorable. Prabhupada himself went for daily morning walks so he could maintain good health and good posture. No matter how many time zones he had just crossed, he would go for a walk, kept his time. So keeping the body flexible was important to him. He said that if I don't walk, my body becomes jammed up. He said that. So we don't want ourselves to be jammed up. We should do some exercises. In fact, if you spend 5 to 10 minutes before your japa to do a little bit of, say 2 minutes of jogging on the spot, just 2 minutes, raise your knees, get the blood flowing. It's easier to sit down straight And you can sit for a long time without pain in the body, without discomfort. You can do some stretching exercises. So say 2 minutes of jogging on the spot, 3 minutes of stretching exercise, just, stretch this way, maybe strengthen your arms this way, strengthen. It's just a few simple exercises like the ones you see here on the slide, right? And then spend about 5 minutes or so doing breathing exercises, pranayam. Prabhupada actually mentions the efficacy of pranayam in the Bhagavatam purport here, 328.9. It's something that helps you fix your mind on Krishna, because the breath regulates the mind. If you do little pranayam exercises, then what happens is another way of telling your body, we're going to do something very serious now. You're going to do something focused. So your body starts getting aligned and your mind starts getting focused. It's very, very important. A couple of other tips that I can offer. I have found when you sit on a firm cushion's edge, like you sit on the edge of it, it gives the hips a little bit of extra height and allows the pelvis plane to tilt slightly forward. So keep your pelvic plane somewhat at an angle like this. Then what happens, your spine automatically becomes straight. Maintains the natural curve and stays straight up, and it supports itself. And if you sit like this, I've found that just sitting like this in the right angle, you can sit for an hour or two without any problem. And by the way, I had very severe, I'll just give you my personal example. I had severe back problems. I was bedridden for back problems. I had to go to the doctor and so on and so forth. But just sitting properly helped me a lot. Okay, so even if you have back problems, try to find what works. Sit properly, okay? So you have to pronounce each syllable and each mantra clearly. That's important, okay? That's how we're going to best japa. Now, sometimes people ask, isn't the quality of japa really more important? What's the use of so many rounds? 16 rounds? What's the use of 16 rounds when the quality is so weak? Isn't it better just to do like half a round of really good quality? Or just 5 mantras, really good quality? Or maybe 1 round? It's a very common question. Why should we go for 16 rounds? Of course, the best will be 16 rounds of the top quality. That's the best. Okay. But what's the point of this quantity? I'll give an example. Suppose there's a bowl of rice. Suppose someone offers you this bowl of beautiful rice. It's the best quality basmati rice, has steam coming out of it with the most amazing aroma. It's rice grown in the foothills of the Himalayas, cooked to perfection in Evian mineral water, and then topped with the pure golden ghee from New Zealand. Super high quality. But all you get is 3 grains. How would you feel? What? Going through all this trouble, all this fantastic rice, all you're giving me is 3 grains? It's not even going to make it to the back of my throat. The 3 grains stuck in my teeth. This is the importance of quantity. You need a bare minimum to nourish yourself. So, the quality isn't great. It's okay. Improve your quality, but certain minimum quantity is required. Otherwise, you won't get anything out of it. You do need quantity as well. Okay. 16 rounds is a very small number. It's a negotiated number. The original number was 64. So trust me, consider yourself lucky that Prabhupada brought it down from 64 to 16. 16 should be the bare minimum. You should start 16 rounds right away. It's a no-brainer. It's so little. It's the bare minimum. Once upon a time, there's a man. He was so sick. And he becomes so skinny. Even his own friends, best friends, couldn't recognize his face. Because just anything he ate, he had such a bad problem in his stomach. It was really awful. And for months, anything he ate, he would just throw up. He just couldn't hold it down for more than a few seconds. No matter what it was, the simplest khichdi, or just some simple fruit, or just boiled vegetables, or nothing could stay. He went to the doctor, this Ayurvedic doctor, I said, okay, it looks like you got something pretty serious. So, doctor, what medicine are you going to give me? There's no medicine. What do I mean? From today onward, I'm going to prescribe you that you take 3 liters. You're going to eat melted ghee. It's body temperature, 3 liters of it a day. What? 3 liters of ghee? I can't even hold down like a fraction of a teaspoon of ghee. And you tell me I should have 3 liters? He said, yeah. But what if I keep throwing it up? Doesn't matter. Just consume it. If you throw it up, no problem. The man was like, this is crazy. I can't even digest khichdi, boiled rice, and you're telling me to eat ghee. Just listen to me. Trust me on this. So the guy started doing it, and sure enough, because it's such a heavy thing, he would he'd just throw up all of it. Pretty expensive, 3 liters of ghee every day. But he kept doing it. And for about a month, he kept doing it. And guess what? The end of the month, the guy was getting, more and more healthy. He started getting his energy back, and all of a sudden he could digest food and everything got realigned. And I was wondering, wow, how did this happen? He went back to the doctor. He said, doctor, you're a genius. I mean, I was throwing up everything, but somehow my body has gotten better. The doctor said, you know what's the problem? It's not that ghee is bad or good. Ghee is actually very good. But the thing is, because you took enough quantity of ghee, and ghee is like the concentrated goodness. It has so many nutrients, and it's so the main fat of the essence of milk. So you got the essence of milk. Even though you thought you're throwing up everything, but your body was absorbing 1 tiny drop a day. And that little drop that got absorbed is what healed you. That's why we need so many rounds. So maybe out of those 16 rounds, a little bit will be absorbed. So we keep it. We keep committed to 16 rounds, okay? That's important. Now we go to the next session, which is about the mind. Okay, we talked about mind being the best friend, worst enemy. Okay, we use the mind to remind ourselves that Krishna is here personally and dedicate this to Krishna. What is the mind? The mind is the impulsive faculty that accepts or rejects things based on what feels good, based on its repository of desires. So our mind is a repository of desires. It's a whole collection of, I like this, I don't like this. If it feels good, you do it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Reject it. That's the function of the mind. But the intelligence is the more mature, the more rational faculty that overrides the impulse of the mind for a higher goal. The intelligence trains the mind on what to value. It trains the mind on what to get excited about. It trains the mind on what to reject. Even though it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel worth rejecting, but the intelligence, no, this you should stay away from. No, but I like it. I like to smoke cigarettes. No. The intelligence say, reject this. It's really bad for you. It's bad for the environment, bad for your health, bad for your children, bad for everybody who's near you. Just don't do it. So then the intelligence guides the mind. The mind wants to do something. So the intelligence, the more the intelligence is aligned with the proper higher goal, the more successful the person becomes. So intelligence governs the mind. So intelligence is this faculty of how we understand what is right, what is wrong. We can make reasonable assumptions. We use reasoning. That's part of the intelligence function. Okay. And if that's aligned properly with the higher teachings, then the mind can be also aligned properly. That's why some people get excited about doing Krishna conscious things and others are not, because the person who's excited about Krishna conscious things, they get so happy. They get thrilled by the idea of going to see darshan of the deities. They get thrilled by the idea of chanting japa. They get thrilled by the idea of going and distributing books. But maybe 2 years ago, they couldn't care less. Why? Because the intelligence is now aligned. And the emotions of the mind, the childlike emotions, are ruled by the intelligence. And those emotions are also strong now, but in a positive way, you see. I'll show you a little video. The emotional childlike mind takes its cues from the intelligence. Okay, so this child represents the emotional mind, and this father represents the intelligence. Okay, just watch. Oh. Watch it again. Oh. See, that's so funny. You see the mind is the baby, and they're watching a soccer match, football match, and the score a goal, and the baby gets so excited, wow, yay! And then the father is like, oh no, and then the baby realizes, oh wait, I'm cheering for the wrong team. You see, so I should be excited about this other thing. I should be sad about this. I shouldn't be excited about it just because a goal was scored. So the point is, the emotions of the mind are trained by the intelligence, and the intelligence is trained by what? By scriptural study. It's like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, don't be lazy in the matter of studying scriptures. This is Siddhanta Boliye Chitte na kar alas. It makes your mind strong. Iha hoite Krishna lage shudrada manash. It makes your mind intelligence very strong in Krishna's devotion. So don't be lazy in studying. So the more we study, the more we explore Krishna consciousness, the more successful our intelligence will be in aligning the mind, in training it to be excited about the right things. And that's what Krishna consciousness is about. So Krishna emphasizes on the mind so much in the Gita. He says, Man mana bhava mad bhakta, right? Engage your mind always in thinking of me, becoming my devotee, and so on. So many other places he talks about the mind. Indriyana manaschasmi, maya vishya mano ye mam. These are all different verses in the Gita. Maya eva mana adatsva, maya arpita mano buddhi. You know, surrender your mind and intelligence to me, fix them on me. See? So it's possible to control the mind. We know that. We proved it to ourselves. But now we're going to prove it when we chant Hare Krishna. We're going to prove it to ourselves when we chant Hare Krishna with love. But yes, it's possible. Yeah. In the Shikshashtakam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives us this verse, Nam Namakari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis. That Krishna, you've invested all your potencies in the holy name. There's nothing missing the holy name. Everything that you have is there. But I have no attraction for them. Even though there's no hard and fast rules, still I have no attraction for them. See? So we need to get into that mindset. Okay? Now, of course, when we chant Hare Krishna, Mother Hara, who is Srimati Radharani, is the one we are approaching first. And Krishna actually mentions her in a hidden way in the Bhagavad Gita. It says, Mahatmanas tumam partha devim prakriti mashita. This is 9:13. That, O son of Pritha, those great souls, the Mahatmas, were not deluded. They're under the protection of Devi Prakriti, the divine nature. And who is that divine nature? It's none other than Srimati Radharani. She's mentioned in Gita. And to explain that further, Prabhupada confirms that in Nectar of Devotion. He says that, you know, devotional service is not an activity of material world. It's directly under the control of Srimati Radharani. In Bhagavad Gita, it's confirmed that Mahatmas, the great souls, are under the protection of Devi Prakriti, the internal energy Radharani. So that verse refers to Radharani. See, so the clues are all there. She's there in the Gita in a hidden way. So now we're going to chant. This is one way that helps us practice the chanting without making it a blur. We're going to chant 3 mantras together, but this time we'll do something different. In each mantra, the first Hare will put slightly more energy into it. This way it keeps the mantra separate, and we call out to Radharani. Okay? So we'll do this lab one more time, just 3 times this time, just to get used to this. Okay? Sit up straight. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if you get used to this cadence, this rhythm of chanting Hare, a little bit louder for us. Hare Krishna. Then you'll be able to develop more love. You'll be able to cry out to Radharani, and you'll be able to kind of bring your mind back when it's being distracted. It really works. Now, sometimes we have very heavy worries that really dominate our consciousness, things that are really bothering us, maybe for years at a time. They just don't let go. We're just so stressed about particular things. Sometimes life or death things, or deep relationship problems, or major financial problems, or major health problems, or legal problems, all kinds of problems. Maybe a combination of both. Relationship with other devotees and how we feel so hurt. Those things dominate our consciousness. How can I chant japa when there's so many heavy worries? We need to be able to put those worries down at least for a few minutes while we're chanting. Just like this mug, right? If it's filled with water, you're holding the mug with your arm outstretched like this. You can hold it for a couple of minutes, but for 2-3 hours, you cannot, because the arm will hurt so much. Similarly, our worries, they're just weighing on us. And the more we hold on to them, the more it hurts us. So at least for the duration of our japa session, put down the mug, knowing that you'll come back to pick it up. So all the worries, not saying you pretend they're not there, not saying you've risen above them, not saying that. All I'm saying is put it down for a minute, finish your rounds, then pick it up again. It'll give your mind relief from that burden. It's to give your arm relief from the mug. See? So get used to doing that. So properly aligned intelligence creates this mental climate. Like, how we have this climate control? So the climate remains that, my Lord, mind is like my temple, and this offering is for you. Like we have this climate control, like we can control the temperature of our room. Similarly, we can control the climate of our mind. We have full control. Remind ourselves mentally, intellectually. Our acharyas teach us, in the 14 worlds, there's nothing more worth having except for the holy name. Why am I so stressed about other things? Nothing is as important. See? So this is what we do, is we chant with the first Hare a little bit louder, okay? Now, today is special. Today is special. It's the eve of Radhashtami. And I wanted to explore something beautiful, something very special in the Gaudiya tradition. When we chant Hare Krishna, the first word Hare refers to Srimati Radharani. See? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said something extraordinary. He said that Gaudiya Vaishnavas know only Radharani. They are concerned only with her and her duties, her necessities, her needs. They're ready to serve her in all respects and cannot contemplate any service without her. That is the highest achievement of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the special feature of Mahaprabhu's party. So our chanting is not directly approaching Krishna, actually. We're actually pleading with Radharani for her mercy, to allow us into the circle, to serve her. We're asking her, please accept me. Please engage me in Krishna's service. Without you, Radharani, I'm helpless. So this shift from chanting to finish, and we're shifting now to chanting to connect, that is the key to transforming our japa. And we have to connect with Srimati Radharani because she is the merciful counterpart of Krishna. So we'll do a little bit of guided meditation, or just a little one. Close your eyes. This is Radhakund. This picture is Radhakund. And now close your eyes. Imagine yourself sitting alone on this bank of Radhakund in Vrindavan. The sun is setting. There's a gentle breeze. Lotus flowers are floating in the water. In the distance, you hear the sound of Krishna's flute. But your heart isn't searching for Krishna. It is searching for her, the one who can take you to him, Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani. You're searching for her. Once upon a time, the Diwan of Bharatpur, he came with his family, a very rich man. He came with his family to Radhakund, right here, Radhakund. They circumambulated the kunda, not by walking, by full obeisances, full prostrations, fingertip to fingertip. Like they'll bow down, full body length, and they'll mark where the fingertip is, and they'll stand up and stand where they left off with the fingertip. And this way, body lengthwise, they would mark the whole place and did the whole parikrama. Paramananda Prabhu, who is one of the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he came and said, Guru Maharaj, look how much devotion they have for Radharani. They came doing parikrama around Radhakund. And Saraswati Thakur replied, no, their vision is different from ours. They worship Krishna and respect Radha because she is dear to him. But we Gaudiyas, we are concerned only with Radharani. We worship her and we serve Krishna only because she desires him. That's all. Without her, we have no connection to Krishna. Amazing. That is a gift of Mahaprabhu. This Radha first vision. The Hare first. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. For us Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Radhashmi is bigger than Janmashtami. This is our Janmashtami. Understand this meaning of Hare. It is very deep. It is very intimate. This allows us to chant with feeling. This is our final section here, chanting with feeling. This is the third gate, remember. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sings this verse. He says, Tunde tandavini ratim vitanute, tundavali labdhaye, karna kroda kadambini ghatayate, karna budebhya spriham, cheta prangana sangini vijayate, sarvendriyanam kritim, no jane janita kiyad bhiramritai, Krishneti varnadvayi. I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. You can see how much powerful effect chanting with feeling has. Purifies everything. In the prayers of Queen Kunti, Prabhupada explains, materially puffed up persons are incapable of uttering the holy name of the Lord by addressing him feelingly, O Govinda, O Krishna. It is said in the Shastras that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of a quantity of sins that he is unable to commit. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of the Lord. There is not the least bit exaggeration in this statement. Actually, the Lord's holy name has such powerful potency. But there's a but. But, Prabhupada continues, look at his beautiful eyes. Look at his feeling. Prabhupada says, but there is a quality to such utterances also. It depends on the quality of feeling. This Bhava Bhakti. A helpless man can feelingly utter the holy name of the Lord. So we have to get in the helpless space. This chanting has to be done feelingly. Let us not settle for low quality chanting. Japa has to be done with feeling, right? Heart deep, not lip deep. Crying while remembering Krishna's name. Krishna says, I'm purchased. What are the feelings? We don't have love, but we can reach there by investing in gratitude, appreciation, and remorse, and we can reach there. See? There are many remorseful prayers. One of them is this one. Hari Hari Bifale Janama Gavayu. I've spent my life uselessly, having obtained a human form of life, but having not worshipped Radha and Krishna, I've knowingly drunk poison. The nature of pure love. Premera svabhav yaha premera sambandha. Sei mane Krishna mora nahi prema gandha. This feeling that, my Lord, I really, even when those who are very advanced, in fact, the more advanced they get, they feel they have no love. And they call out even more feeling. My Lord, I have no feeling, I have no love. Please give me some love. Please give me love of Godhead. So whenever the relationship of love of Godhead is there, its natural symptom is a devotee does not think himself a devotee. Instead, he always thinks that he is not even a drop of love, because he gets more and more thirsty for that love. See? That's important. We have to have intensity. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. If you want to succeed in Krishna consciousness, you can't just do it in a pastel kind of superficial way. The feeling has to be great, deep and great, with great force. Tivrena bhakti yogena. And take the loving feelings to the next level. And Prabhupada says we have to be 24 hours Krishna conscious, even when sleeping. Just like a mother here. The mother, even when sleeping, she keeps checking the baby is sleeping there or not. That's love. The mother thinking 24 hours of the baby. It's natural. In fact, we can't stop thinking of the person we love. So being 24 hours Krishna conscious is actually very natural. Very natural. We have to just bring about that natural state again of love. We need to find someone who can guide us in that way. See how to be more natural and be 24. Like Prabhupada, he has guided everybody. You see, that's how we can do it. So the 4 gates, we found them: fundamentals, the mind, the heart, and finally the mercy gate of the Lord. Okay, that's where Krishna is available. Once we reach the 4th gate, we can only cry and beg for his mercy. At this point, we can now say, my Lord, I've given everything I've got. Please open your gate and give me your mercy. I'm here trying my best to convey that I'm interested in you. My Lord, I'm interested. I'm showing you I'm interested. I know I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but your names are perfect. You are perfect. And I'm trying to chant those names. So now I'm at your mercy, my Lord. I'm begging, please. But we have to first qualify ourselves to beg. And how do we qualify? By going through the right gates, all the 4 gates in the right sequence. And we pray in the mood of a receiver. Okay. Okay, so this is one of our last slides now. It's coming to a close almost. We're going to do a guided meditation. Okay. So pay special attention. We're going back again to Radhakund. So close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath. Imagine standing at the edge of Radhakund again. You fold your palms. Tears roll down as you whisper, "Oh Srimati Radharani, please take me into your circle of service." Feel this prayer in your heart before we chant. feel this. My dear Srimati Radharani, please take me into your circle of service. Please take me into your circle of service. It is Radhashtami time now. Feel this prayer in your heart. We're going to chant together now with this prayer in our heart as we sit on the edge of Radha Kund praying to Srimati Radharani. We're going to chant 5 mantras with all the love we have, all the effort. We're going to sit up straight. We're going to give our full ounce of energy and love, our full focus, understanding Radharani is here now with us. In her name, Krishna and Radha are never separate. Radharani is the one who let us into that circle. We're going to do 5 mantras. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Keep your eyes closed. Notice the difference between chanting externally versus chanting with the heart. Feel the shift. This is not the old chanting anymore. This is the new you. This is the new normal that you're going to take forward. This is the quantum leap. It is an active quantum leap, and we want to stay in this energy state forever. No more mediocre chanting. No more substandard mumbling. This is quantum leap. Feel the difference. Then we pray to Krishna. My dear Lord Krishna, today I take the bold step of resolving to make a quantum leap in my Japa practice. I pray to you that I can fully commit to being your devotee and chant your divine names with my full attention and my full love. I've been chanting for some time now, but I'll resolve to abandon my old bad habits and take up all the good things conducive to better chanting as part of my surrender unto your lotus feet. On this auspicious occasion of Srimati Radharani's appearance, I pray to everyone's beloved Srimati Radharani for the kind mercy. You have given us so much mercy in the form of Srila Prabhupada, his teachings, an example to follow. You have given me the association of devotees. I'm so thankful. You have given me opportunities to chant your names. Please, please let me make progress on the path of pure devotion, the path of Premanam, the path of chanting your names with love. So thank you all very much for your time, for your kind attention, and for joining the College of Vedic Studies in London. At this point, if we have some more time, we can have some questions or comments, interactions. I know we may have to leave. We're almost out of time, but I'm hoping this was useful and helpful. So anybody have any reflections or comments, please share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Just like to say thank you so much. This was a very powerful session, very eye-opening, very enlightening. Thank you so much. And this will give us opportunity to rectify, correct, and continue with our sadhana, with your guidance. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Sorry, I have to leave now. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, all devotees.
Well, thank you. All right, so we'll end the session here. I think we're at time. And thank all the devotees who joined. Some of you have to leave now. And look forward to having more sessions with you again, hopefully at some point. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. There you go.